Alright, this video walkthrough is going to cover the first bonus mission in Steel Storm, which is Onslaught. And you have one objective in this level, which is to survive. You start off with a machine gun, and you can pick up the flak cannon if you'd like, which is right next to the starting position. I personally prefer the machine gun, but it's up to you. And basically what we're going to have to do in this mission is make our way through a series of heavily fortified enemy areas and reach the exit portal, destroying some enemies to open up some parts of the map for us. And I just want to point out, make sure to check the description because I'll be posting links there to a full guide that has more videos and additional information for this level, on the other levels as well in this game. Anyways, as you can see, I picked up the storm plow weapon, which is right on this second island, or second. I guess you can call them islands. This map is sort of a series of islands connected by roads. As I kind of have, from the background, seems to be like a floating. Or either that or at the top of a very tall building. As you can see, more turrets here. They're best dealt with at long range. And you can kind of see it to the side. There's a heavy proton tank up ahead. You want to use this corner, if possible, to dodge his fire. Like I've mentioned before, if you've watched some of the other videos, the heavy proton tank has excellent aim, and it bolts fire pretty fast. So it's definitely, you need to move around a lot and constantly change your direction when fighting them. Now we have the rocket pod up at this point. Okay. Definitely make sure to destroy all the containers you can find, because there's a lot of pickups scattered throughout in these containers in this mission. Plus the extra health and shields they offer is very helpful, because you're going to be fighting a lot of very deadly enemies here. And as you can see, we're using a lot of the general terrain to duck behind, which is a general tactic that's good to use in this game. We've got a particularly dodgy tank there. Watch out for these lightning tanks, because they will disable your secondary weapons and the storm weapon, leaving you only with your machine gun or flak gun. And that can be pretty deadly sometimes, especially when you're facing a lot of enemies at once. As you can see, we kind of got the enemy clustered around this one entrance, which is helping us out, just blasting through them at the moment. And as you can see, this is the first of a series of portals that will constantly spawn enemy units. And the idea here is to take them out. You'll need to basically just fire a whole bunch of missiles to clear out the latest spawn as soon as possible, and then rush in there to destroy the portal before it can spawn another wave, which can be kind of hard to do sometimes. Like, as you can see, I'm getting pushed back a bit too far. Now we've cleared out that wave, we can rush in here. You gotta watch out now because a new wave just spawned and is fighting it. I'm gonna pull back into this corner here so that I can quickly demolish them with concentrated fire. Definitely helpful to draw the enemies in close when you're using the rocket pod. Now we got the portal down. So we've handled a major problem we had. Now we're going to get the shockwave, which is going to be very useful in this level. If you don't already know, the shockwave device will disable any nearby enemies, including the heavy tanks, which is very useful. And on top of that, will actually repel incoming enemy fire, which allows you to use it to rush a group of enemies and quickly stun them. And you can also shoot their weapons back at them, and it seems to do some sort of damage that way. The only problem is lightning tanks will also disable your shockwave, so it can be kind of tricky getting in close to those guys. So it's best to pull back when you see lightning tanks, destroy the lightning tanks, and then try to get in close to the shockwave. And you can pick up the storm spread if you'd like, but I like the concentrated fire of the storm plow a little better, even though technically the other one fires more shots at once. As you get to these laser turrets, definitely something that you want to get the jump on in shockwave if possible. We're going to do the same with this minigun tank here. Catch them around the corner and jump out and just lay waste to with some rocket pods. And your shock recharges to the point where, or fast enough to the point where you can re-disable an enemy before it comes back online. If you haven't finished killing it. And that's very useful, because you can just keep that enemy stunned. It's very difficult to avoid these laser shots, but you can kind of make it fire while it's laser still blocked, which if you can do is kind of helpful, but at the very least they don't seem to do very heavy damage. Now we're dealing with another portal and large group of enemies. This one was a little bit easier to deal with before. And watch out for this missile turret here. Can't really get very close to it, but you can use a shockwave to repel any waves of missiles that it fires. Although you still want to retreat, because it'll fire faster before you than you can recharge it. As you can see, there's an extra life here. It can be useful if you're having a difficult time with this level. It is also worth the extra 10,000 points. And be careful at this point, because there's those two turrets that will ambush you if you just rush through this path here. As you can see, I kind of stunned them before I even got within their view. pick up this shield to replenish my life a little bit. And it can be useful to pull the enemy back to this location, because you can kind of ambush them with the rocket pods and get them all while they're all clustered together. No, just these two turrets to deal with. I'm going to step on this teleporter pad, is going to take us to the next part of the level. As you can see, I kind of ran up to the side and quickly shockwaved the enemies as they were coming through. That allowed me to take out a number of tanks pretty easily. But again, there's lightning tanks. There's pretty much lightning tanks all over the place, so you always have to be careful facing these guys. I find the storm spread again at this point. Disable that missile turret. That way we take it out quickly. And then there's another portal up ahead that's spawning these guys. And an extra life we can pick up. This one's fairly easy to ambush them. Get them all clustered up at that entrance there, and then return to the portal and quickly demolish it. As you can see, I just did there. And to get past, you kind of have to go through this little tiny space that you have, which can be a little tricky to do. And if you don't know, I know at first I thought you couldn't get past. Actually, end up getting lost for a minute, but there's another proton tank. As you can see, I just rushed it, quickly disabled. We've got some force fields that are blocking our way right now. I'm gonna start heading south. Couple turrets here to deal with, but you can use that little fan to deal with one at a time. And make sure to check behind this one for a shield. At this point you gotta be a little careful, because there's a bunch of turrets that are kinda hard to get through, as they all can fire down that hallway. But if you can jump out for a second like I did and shockwave the nearby ones, it can be helpful. Those turrets down and keep going. And that's actually it for this level.